cakewalk to the top. It's not. I'm ready. I'm gonna upset the world.
People don't realize how much is sacrificed in the camp, and Jake sacrificed a lot to get ready for the last fight on top of releasing the new brand W. And so he needed to quit. And so we took a month off, got right back in there, and now we're getting ready to fight. And we're not as heavy as we were before, which is a plus for us. They want us to go back up. But you can guarantee we'll be ready to fight.
Fundamental difference between me and Jake. He's a manufactured killer. Colored in and paper made him a killer. He's a manufacturer. I'm a natural born killer. But you know, this is the difference. Yeah. First of all, no one else can do this but me, I believe. And like you said, it's the greatest boxing match in the history of boxing, and it's because I'm a part of it.
I grew up around boxing. I was 7 years old. Mike Tyson was probably one of my greatest heroes in sport. I just don't want to see him in the ring again at 58, that's it.
I don't want to watch one of my all-time favourite fighters, one of my heroes, I guess, in a boxing ring at 55 years of age, physically a shell of what he once was.
But I'm allowed to say, I don't really want to see it. I don't want to see Mike Tyson in that fight, but a lot of people will see it.
As the boxing world prepares to witness one of the most exhilarating bouts of this year, many experts and professionals belonging to the combat field, including Eddie Hearn, are engaged in alarming the world about the dark nature of this fight and the serious repercussions it will have on the veteran fighter. Being a boxing geek and a die-hard Mike Tyson fan, Eddie condemned this fight, calling it a horrible joke to a champion like Mike, who now has to come out of well-deserved retirement to fight an immature and cocky fighter like Jake Paul, while simultaneously endangering his health.
I just don't like it. It just makes my skin crawl. A geezer at that age, putting on his shorts and in a change room, robing up to go out after everything that he's achieved in sport, to fight Jake Paul.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. He's one of my heroes. I find it very sad. But it's a big event. I understand people are going to watch it. And it's entertainment, I guess. But for someone that idolised the guy growing up, yeah, not the best day.
You think Jake Paul gets any credibility if he beats Mike Tyson?
He's 58 years old.
Blasting Jake for taking up this fight, Eddie emphasized that no matter the slight progress that he has made in the sport so far, for him to accept such a ludicrous offer is atrocious. It goes on to show that he was only looking for fame and clout, not legacy and prestige.
He's training, sparring, he's dedicating himself to the sport. But fight a fighter. Don't fight a 55-year-old man who's shot and used to be one of the greatest fighters of all time.
It's a different world that we live in, new generation. But good luck to him. I'm sure it'll do good numbers, and hopefully Mike Tyson doesn't get fancy for boxing.
With all these aspects, Eddie also questioned the authenticity of the fight and how events like these are just orchestrated for the sake of ignorant and planned entertainment, because they hold no real value in terms of contributing anything meaningful to the sport.
So they're looking for numbers. They're looking at for, I think if you genuinely care about the sport and the history of the sport, particularly the legacy of one of the greatest fighters of all time.
However, understanding the unmistakable lure of financial gain, Eddie stated that though he might not appreciate fights like these, one thing that must be addressed is the fact that these fights are always the most lucrative and marketable considering their distinctive nature.
And listen, commercially, I get it all. They do great numbers. People are going to make a lot of money.
The circus sells. So I know it's going to do good numbers and etc. So I wish him all the best. But it's just not for me. Like it actually, it makes me feel a bit sick having to watch that.
Sharing the same opinions as Eddie, notable coach and trainer Robert Garcia called this a sham fight just for a show due to its
boxing fans back in the late 80s, throughout the 90s. From 2024, a 58-year-old Mike Tyson will be taking on a YouTuber. They will probably just ask, what is a YouTuber? But the second question would be, Mike Tyson is fighting at 58 years old. Here we are. It does indeed, though, have fireworks all over this one. Jake Paul may have started out on the internet, now sitting at a 10-1 record, coming off 3 knockouts, and he wants Mike Tyson to be the next. Let's welcome back in Brian Campbell. BC, I did some internet digging. The top song when Mike Tyson, one of them, was born in 1966, was Strangers in the Night by Frank Sinatra. You're a music guy. In 1997, when Jake Paul was born, it was Wannabe by Spice Girls. So we are going with a 31-year age difference between these two. Still, BC, people are going to tune in because this is Mike Tyson. What on earth do we expect at 58 years old?
By the way, I was in college when Jake Paul was born, so thanks for making me feel old. Not as old as Mike Tyson, but what are we expecting? A spectacle. Look, this is inside of AT&T Stadium. It doesn't get any bigger than this in combat sports, and you're putting together one of the legendary, most famous fighters in history against a real disruptor and YouTube star turned professional fighter Jake Paul, who has really tried to be the heel in professional boxing in this crossover bubble. Should a 58-year-old Mike Tyson be fighting against a guy 31 years, his junior? No, but the thing is, we saw Mike Tyson just 4 years ago in an 8-round exhibition pay-per-view bout against Roy Jones Jr., the fellow Hall of Famer. And Mike had no business being in the shape he was in, being as powerful as he still was, and fighting 8 hard 2-minute rounds, and really having the stamina, the poise that we didn't see over the second half of Mike's career, where really, after fighting Evander Holyfield in 1997, it was largely a train wreck the rest of the way. That was a great redemptive moment for Mike, but it was against another aging former, contemporary. What about this fight against the young Jake Paul? As much as I'm afraid, and we all need to be afraid of what happens if a 58-year-old man takes big punches in a fight, the fact that Mike can win this, and the fact that half of the people tuning in believe that he can, this is a little bit like Mayweather-McGregor from 2017, but also a lot different. Even though we're fighting 2-minute rounds, even though it's 14-ounce gloves instead of 10-ounce that we normally see in heavyweight, Mike Tyson needs to be looked at as a guy with a puncher's chance in this fight. The old champion getting up off the couch and defending the sport against this newcomer from outside the lines. It's got central casting, there's movie storylines. It also has the potential to be really weird. But at the end of the day, no matter if you love it, if you hate it, if you're protesting that it shouldn't happen, we're all going to tune into Netflix Friday night to watch it. That's an absolute fact. So I can sit here and give you historical comparisons of weird fights like this, but I'm not sure we've ever seen one exactly like this, where the Asian fighter probably shouldn't even be in there, actually has a chance to compete. Maybe the same chance he does to be carried out, beaten up by a 27-year-old in his prime. The fact that we don't know, that we're not sure, is the reason why this fight is happening.
Okay, so really quickly, though,